I used to follow a lot of red pill content, a lot of men's community channels. You like Rollo Tomasi. I listened to some clips of, Andrew Tate. And this was pretty much before 2020. And then when the pandemic happened, things changed. Um, I found Aaron Clarey, and I resonate with him more so than any of the other ones because they feel like PUA, like immature. What it seems like the red pill community is with the content creators is you can say, oh, you don't have to respect my opinion because these people have blocked me, but and you can think I'm lashing out against them because of that, but it started falling off for me well before any of that. Like, these people blocked me probably about 2 years ago. Not Aaron Clary. That guy actually follows me, but I just think that their advice and the way they live life was really good before the pandemic. But it doesn't make any sense nowadays, for the most part. I'm thankful for learning all about female nature, even though it really doesn't serve me at this point anymore. I'm just a background person, so no one really listens to me. Nobody takes me serious anyway. So, like, people usually follow people's advice who are successful, who have status and money. If you have status, chances are you're going to have money as well. It goes hand in hand. You'll have access to money, at least to be able to make money, even if, like, you went bankrupt, like you're a football star. Like Allen Iverson, I think he went bankrupt, but like he still used his name to make money. And people won't take me serious, not only because my thoughts are scatterbrained and I don't stick to one topic. I didn't finish my statement. I kind of went on to something else just now. But I am a background person. And what I've realized is what they say in their channels doesn't really translate to reality nowadays. Yes, if you work hard, for sure. You do all the things that they do, sure. You can accomplish great things. You can get women's attention, for sure. But you know how hard that is? Like, that's a rare thing to be able to check all the boxes off. I've noticed in my lifetime, women didn't really, in reality, they didn't really seem like they were really interested in me. I felt like I've done really well with women in my lifetime. Like, I've had kids, I've been married, I've been engaged. I've went on many dates with different women. But most of that really was single moms. So, like, it was kind of like I didn't see a point to try to date a young woman when I wasn't trying to start a family. Like, that's the thing, is like with these red pill guys, is like the holy grail is young women, and I see like young women nowadays, and I just don't think that they're really worth much. I don't think that they really have much to offer. Like, they're like really superficial. They're an activist. They're overweight. They're and I don't blame them for. That's a society. It's both ways. Men too. Like, guys are highly superficial. One of my favorite content creators, Raymond's Thoughts. Like, and it dawned on to me when I was listening to him yesterday. Like, he always talks about wanting sex, but it's like, if you just continuously objectify women all the time, and yes, we're more visual, but like, if your main goal is just to get sex from women, like, then just go to another country and get a prostitute or something. I don't know what to tell you. There's plenty of women that'll do that for the right price. If that's all you value sex for. If you don't value sex for like some type of intimate relationship, sure. I mean, go pay for it. Like, I don't know what to say. I don't think that's a good way to go around. But if like you're gonna be so superficial yourself, you can't really complain when other people are being superficial towards you. That's what happens a lot with him. Um, and he's highly intelligent, but he's kind of immature in some aspects, and I'm just thinking of myself, like these red pill content creators, like he's on the other spectrum where he's like the incel, and I relate to him in some aspects of this reality where it is hard. I'm a regular person, I'm a background person, I'm an NPC, I'm a nobody. I'm probably never going to amount to much in this lifetime. Not, whatever I've accomplished, nobody really cares about. And anything I do accomplish, nobody's gonna care about. And that's the reality of life, is like most people really don't care about anything. You're not gonna make a big impact. It's very rare to be a main character in this reality. Not saying that people can't pop off and become a main character, but I feel like the main characters are mostly set. And I don't even care about, like, I used to want to get famous. I don't even really care. Like, I'm on Twitter, I'm like, I look at impressions now. My goal is to try to get like 100,000 impressions a day, and that's just my goal. Maybe make a couple bucks. Like I made $75 last 2 weeks. And I kind of view it as that. It's just kind of like some type of a side job where I'm not going to really pop off ever on there. I might get some attention when it comes to like a like here and there from like prominent individuals. Some people with a big following might comment back. But for the most part, like, I realized and accepted that I'm never going to be in the club. Like the red pill community. The red pill community is pretty much feels like a high school where it's like the popular kids. And these guys are like old men like me, a little bit older. They just complain about women. And the funny thing is, too, is these people who talk about how women are like secondary and men need to like build their own self up. Well, for people that talk about putting women secondary, they sure do talk about women a lot. That's pretty much like all their content is talking about women. I mean, I can only listen to that stuff so much. I was listening to it hardcore for a few years, and then I kind of just like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. I accepted the fact where I'm at in this life. I've accepted that what I create, what I produce, is going to be in the trash one day. Whatever I'm holding on to, somebody might use for value, and at some point it will be in the trash. Everything will be recycled, whether it's 1 billion, 20 billion, 100 billion years from now, when, obviously, whatever we create right now will probably be into dust anyway in about 1 billion years or 1 million years. But at some point, everything on this planet will be absorbed, probably into some type of black hole. So it doesn't really matter. Like, I feel like, personally, seeing how this world works, and I don't know what type of, I don't think that it's like basically a computer simulation. I've heard different things where some scientists who believe that we're in a simulation seen like some type of numbers. I don't know. Like, these people are way smarter than me for me to even try to explain what they were talking about. Well, what I think this is probably some type of like multi-dimensional simulation, organic simulation. I don't know though. What I do know is there's seasons, and I do know that there's death and life to everything. It's life is always flowing like a river. It's continuously flowing. Unless the cold comes and stops it from flowing, which would be death, then it warms up, thaws out, and starts flowing again. When it starts warming up, which is life. So at some point, given everything that I have, which is very small because I'm not a very smart person, what the smartest people are basically saying when it comes to like black holes and, you know, like physicists and stuff like that, you know, is the universe really infinite? Who the hell knows? Like, if we only have 5% of our ocean mapped, how do we know if this universe is completely empty? What I do know is it's really hard to get off this planet organically. We have to go through a lot of things to build a ship or some type of whatever to get off this planet. I do think that we'll be able to go to other planets with AI. I think that that'll be the first way to start like really knowing what the universe is when AI starts becoming super intelligent, that it can go out there because we can't. It'll be able to travel at the speed of light or whatever, like we can't even fathom like how fast stuff can really travel. We just think we measure it at the speed of light, but we don't know if things can travel faster in physics when we go out into deep space. So we don't know, you know, where AI will go, and it'll probably go to different places and relay information back to AIs here. Maybe it goes through different dimensions and that's a way to travel faster through wormholes. I don't know. I don't see wormholes in reality. But I do feel weird things in reality. You know, I feel energy off of people. I feel it off of myself. I feel it in different places. What I do realize is I don't fit in. I've never fit in anywhere. My whole life I never felt like I fit in anywhere. I've always felt like I'm an outcast. I always feel like people look at me like they expect more entertainment out of me. You know, here and there I'll come up with something clever, and especially getting older, I kind of hold the reins on joining conversations unless I have something really... My energy has to be good, and I have to come up with something pretty witty for me to want to engage. Or other than that, I'll just like be quiet because I'm just going to say something that nobody's going to laugh at. Everyone's going to be like cringe. You know, it's kind of like... social interaction for me is kind of like when I talk about Bitcoin. When I was talking about Bitcoin, you know, to people that were close to me, 2021, telling them like they should try to get into it, and like they just, you know, it's kind of like everyone stops and looks at you like you're retarded. Even nowadays too, it kind of feels cringe to talk about. And like, who am I? Who am I though? Like, I'm not successful. I'm not like some billionaire crypto guy. Like, I barely have any Bitcoin myself. So it's like, why would anyone listen to me? You know, and plus, like, I'm divorced. I don't have a woman. So, like, why would people take anything I have to say with value? So I recluse. I don't want to participate. I don't relate to everybody. That's the thing, is I just don't relate to everybody. Sometimes I just want to be left alone. I'm really upset with reality. Like, I just find reality extremely boring. Like, this is cool. I mean, it's hot though, but like, it is beautiful out here, Like, I'm sitting here in this organic body. I'm sweating a little bit. I'm hearing, the birds chirp. The sun is going to be setting at some point. I'm really happy with the town I'm in. I'm not happy with the job I'm at anymore. I'm happy that I have a job, but I'm not happy with it. Some guy at work today asked me, "Do you like it?" And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I mean, if I like something, I'll do it for free, okay? Even if I really like something, I'll pay for it. If I have to go do something and trade my time for money, chances are I don't like doing it. I'm just doing it. And that's not, and that guy was just asking I've done it myself just to try to make conversation. Try to make people feel more accepted, I guess. And what I think is happening is, in my lifetime, I've seen a lot of things happen very quickly. I've seen a lot of things happen socially where people were more extrovert than they are now. And I think that you're going to see less physical reality and more online, especially with the future. But at some point, people might get tired of being online as well and want to venture out. The reason why people feel like they can't venture out because everything's so expensive, man. Like, yeah, these people who have money can go and do things cool, but like the average person, like, I have no plans for vacations. I have nothing to look forward to. It's just go to work. And I think there's a lot of people in my reality where they feel like they can only afford to go to work. They're just being able to pay their bills. And then you have people tell them that they have it really good, which, yeah, we have it better than a lot of people on this planet. I mean, for me to get by right now, I have to go without health insurance, which I don't think that it really did much anyway, because if I have to fulfill a deductible into the thousands for them to pay for anything. So at that point, I don't feel like there's a skate park in this park I'm at. Like, I'm out of shape, I'm old, but I do like to play basketball. Doing risky things like that, I have to limit myself, because if something happens and I get hurt, break something, I can't work for a while. Well, I need that money to come in to pay my bills. So for people to be like, just go skiing or just go, well, that's nice for you, man, when you don't have to, if something was to happen to you, you have the extra money to be able to take a few months. Maybe these people that are rich, they don't have to do physical labor anyway. So like they can get hurt and it's not a big deal. They can break an arm and they still have an office job. Well, the rest of us, people that have to come out here and use our limbs to make money to survive, we don't have that. And I don't relate to these rich people, man. I just don't relate to them. I mean, I don't know if anybody that watches this relates to them. I don't relate to their mansions. I don't relate to their expensive meals, being able to go to, man, going out to eat is a luxury for me. Even going to the movies, like I don't even, There's not like I want to go to the movies anyway. There's nothing I really want to watch, but that would be a luxury to me. Going and just doing things like stupid little things that we used to take for granted. Miniature golf or everything's so expensive. Like, I don't want to go to Disneyland. There's no reason for me to go to Disneyland. I've never went there. I never had the means to be able to take my kids there. So I would rather go to something like a water park or a Six Flags or something. I wish I had the money to be able to take family out to do something cool like that, but just don't. And then, you know, I'm looked at as a loser. People, it's just like, you know how many people you're calling a loser? You know how many people can't afford to do like these basic things that these people are just looking, and I just want like a recession for these rich people. I wish I could orchestrate a financial recession for these, just for certain people who think that they're better than everybody, who look down on people in the working class, who keep everything going to keep them alive. You know, this is why I root for AI to take their office jobs, because I feel like they don't really do much. It's not because I hate these people. It's just because it's like, I'm the one out here really, you know, doing work. You're not really doing anything. They might do some work, but like they sit behind a desk all day. Like that must be really difficult. It must be really difficult. Like these people have to worry about not getting fat. And I am resentful because I have to use my body to be able to make money. And if my body gets hurt in any way, not only can I not pay for my medical bills, but I can't pay my bills for not. Oh, just get the insurance. Well, yeah, that's easy to say. Get the extra bill. Get the Aflac. It'll pay for your bills for a couple of months, or like the short-term disability. Well, short-term disability isn't really that much out of your check, but still, you only get what, 60% of your check. Like when you need 100% of your check to survive, and then you take a couple of months of like 60. Like how many people can really sustain that without going into a bunch of debt? You know, like, I understand why people want to go towards socialism, because it's like, dude, if you guys aren't going to give back to us, if all you rich people are going to do is just take, then we need somebody to take from you, because you're not really doing anything to give back. You know, and I'm not a socialist, but I see why these young people are duped into it, because our capitalism is completely fraud. It just benefits the rich. And it's just like, you get to a point where it's like, how many houses do you need? You know, my house is a 3-bedroom house that I'm renting, and I feel like it's too big. It's just me and my kid, and I feel like if I was just being by myself, I'd be happy with like basically the living room, my bedroom, and the bathroom, which, you know, not that big. Like, I'd be happy with that living quarters. Even less. I'd just be happy with like the living room and a bathroom. I don't need like huge mansions and all this and that. And you are having a resentment with the youth, and what they're not realizing is like they're making a target out of themselves. The youth are getting more and more pissed. They feel like the deck's stacked against them. They feel like they can't do nothing. They see like the government, who can't balance a budget, still printing more money, still worrying about foreign conflicts, not doing anything about our own country, not doing anything about Mexico, who's allowing all the drug cartels to ship their crap in here, allowing all the illegals to come here. No, we want to worry about what's happening in Syria, or we want to worry about what's happening in Israel or Ukraine. Like, I don't care about those places, man. Can they blow me up with a bomb? Like, can they launch a bomb from a missile from wherever they're at and it hit me? No? Then I don't fucking care about them. You know what I mean? Like, why are we involved in this shit? Why do we have to keep paying our money? You know, you're going to see more anti-Semitism coming up. You're going to see a lot more backlash for Israel coming up because people are tired of it. They're like, they don't do nothing for me. Well, they test out our weapons. Yeah, that's what we need, is more weapons to blow people up. So weird. Like, how is war not hate? You know, I'm getting dinged left and right for hate speech or whatever. But war is acceptable. Blowing people up is acceptable. None of it should be acceptable. We should be maturing to more of a peaceful society, more of a peaceful, but it seems like it's like we're going the opposite direction. And I am worried about the future. I really am. How long does this last? Maybe the elites just don't care. They don't recognize it. They don't look at past trends of like different revolutions that's happened. Especially the French Revolution. Just complete chaos. You know, I'm not advocating for any of it. I'm just saying, like, you can't keep taking and not giving anything back. There's a huge resentment with the boomers from the young. Because what it feels like is the boomers have had it really, really good. And we're putting more and more debt and more financial burden on the future on our kids. So it's just like the boomers aren't giving anything back. You know what I mean? Like, they just keep on taking this. There's what you're supposed to do in life. You're supposed to like leave something for your kids. Not your kids take care of you. Like, maybe at the last stages of your life, but like you should be like setting your kids up. That's your legacy. And what I've noticed is a lot of, generally speaking, a lot of older people care less about their grandkids than they did when I was younger. So there's such a detachment from the society, from all around. It's completely degenerate all around. It feels like it's fabricated, dude. It doesn't feel like it was. It feels like it's orchestrated. So, you know, I don't know. Kind of in a weird mood today. Kind of in a weird mood, and I should be happy because like I don't have to go to work for the whole weekend, which is cool. But kind of agitated. Been kind of agitated lately. I feel like people are getting more agitated very easily. I feel like people are ready to pop off. I feel like people are about to lose it, and that's not good. I don't know if any. Maybe it's just me. You know, I get a lot of hate online when I talk about stuff like this, and probably I'm wrong, but I feel it off of people. I can feel people get angry really, really quickly. Feels like people are on edge. Feels like something big's about to happen. I don't know if it's going to be a World War III, a revolution, whatever. I just don't think we can sustain society the way it's going right now, that's all.